Your guardian angel has brought you here today for a reason, and what I am about to reveal may change everything you thought you knew about your soulmate. Something urgent has happened. A choice was made. A decision that, at first glance, might seem like a separation, but there's something much deeper behind it. You must listen to this message until the end, because if you turn away now, you might miss the most important revelation of your life. Your soulmate has chosen another path. But what does that really mean? Does it mean you've lost them forever? Is this the end of your story? Or could it be the very step that will finally bring you together? The angels were present at the moment of this decision, and they know something that you don't. They have seen beyond what the human eye can perceive, beyond the confusion and the pain that this moment may bring. That's why I was sent here, to ensure that you receive this truth before it's too late. Right now, you might be feeling a mix of emotions: confusion, sadness, or even fear. But I need you to trust me. This message is not here to bring you despair. On the contrary, it is here to awaken you to what is truly happening. The story is not over. In fact, it may just be beginning in a way you never expected. There is something hidden behind this decision, something that has not yet been revealed. And by the time you reach the end of this message, you will understand why things happened the way they did. But for that, you must stay with me, because the next words will be crucial to unlocking the real meaning behind this moment in your life. If your heart is telling you that you need to hear this message, if deep inside you feel that there is something important waiting to be revealed, then take a moment and affirm it. Write, "I am ready to receive this message," in the comments now. This simple action will help open your energy to the truth that is about to be revealed. Now, prepare yourself, because what I will tell you next is something that could change everything. You were not prepared for this. No one truly is when destiny shifts in ways that challenge everything we believe. Your soulmate has made a choice that you did not expect, a decision that seems to have taken them away from you. But before you allow fear or heartbreak to cloud your heart, you must understand something crucial. This choice is not what it seems, and if you do not listen until the end, you may never realize the truth hidden within this moment. Right now, your mind might be racing with questions. Why did they choose another path? Did you do something wrong? Were you not enough? Have they truly moved on? But I need you to take a deep breath and listen closely, because the answer to these questions is far more profound than you realize. What appears to be an ending is often a preparation. What seems like separation may, in fact, be a test of faith and timing, because the truth is, the universe never makes mistakes. Your soulmate's decision may feel like a rejection, but it is not. It is a redirection, a necessary step in a greater plan that is unfolding right before your eyes. A plan that, if you are willing to see with the eyes of the soul, will reveal something astonishing. This choice may be the very thing that finally brings you together. But how can that be? How can a path that leads them away from you possibly lead them back? That is where most fail to understand the deeper workings of destiny. Sometimes, souls must walk through separate roads before they are truly ready to merge as one. Sometimes, a temporary distance is needed for both hearts to awaken to what they truly feel. This choice is not an accident. It was guided, watched over, and allowed by forces greater than you can imagine. And if the universe permitted it, then there is a reason. I know that, right now, you might feel lost. You may even feel like giving up. But the angels do not want you to lose hope, because something powerful is happening beneath the surface. This is a moment of transformation, a shift that is forcing both you and your soulmate to face the truth within. If you allow pain to control you, you will only see this as a loss. But if you open your heart to divine wisdom, you will begin to see something else. This is not the end of your love story. There is something that your soulmate has not yet told you, something that even they may not fully understand yet. Their choice was not made in a place of certainty. It was made in confusion, in a search for clarity, in a moment where they felt they had no other choice. But deep inside, they still feel the pull toward you. The connection has not disappeared. The love has not faded. It is still there, waiting, just beneath the surface. And this is where you must be careful. Because if you allow fear to consume you, if you let your mind convince you that this is over, you may block the very path that is leading them back to you. The angels have seen this happen before. Souls who were meant to be together, but because of doubt, impatience, or pain, They closed the door just before the reunion was meant to happen. That is why you must hear this message now, because you are standing at a crossroads. You can choose to surrender to sadness, to believe this is the end, and in doing so, create the very reality you fear. Or you can choose to trust that this choice, no matter how painful, is leading to something greater. That instead of pulling you apart, it may actually be preparing both of you for the reunion that your souls have always been destined for. But there is one thing you must understand before we move forward. Timing is everything. The universe does not work according to human expectations. It moves according to divine order. And that means your soulmate's choice, no matter how unexpected, is happening exactly when it is meant to, even if it does not make sense now. Right now, you might be thinking, but what if they never return? What if this truly is the end? What if they forget about me? But listen to me carefully. The heart does not forget what is meant to be. Love does not simply vanish when it is written into the stars. And if your souls are meant to find each other again, nothing, not time, not distance, not even this choice, can stop what is destined to happen. The angels want you to do something right now. Instead of asking, why did they leave? Begin asking, what is this moment teaching me? Because when you shift your focus from fear to faith, you begin to align with the very energy that will draw them back to you. But more importantly, you will begin to align with yourself, with the love, the strength, and the wisdom that has always been inside you. And now, I need you to prepare for what comes next. Because in the next part of this message, I will reveal why this choice was allowed to happen and what it means for the future of your connection. But before that, I want you to affirm something in the comments right now. Write, I trust in divine timing. Oh, because when you declare this, you are not just speaking words. You are activating the very energy that will guide this love back to where it was always meant to be. Now get ready, because the truth you are about to hear next may change everything. And before we continue with this very special message, I invite you to support this space of connection. Become a member of the channel, and if you feel this message is touching your heart, don't forget to click on thanks below the video. This helps us continue bringing messages full of love and hope like this one. Now, let's move on to what matters most. There are no coincidences when it comes to love that is meant to be. The universe is not chaotic. It is precise, deliberate, and always moving in ways that, at first, may not seem to make sense. Right now, you may feel like everything is slipping away, that your soulmate's choice has distanced them from you, and that perhaps the connection you once felt so deeply is fading into nothingness. But this could not be further from the truth. Destiny is at work. It has been from the very beginning, and it is still moving right now, even in ways you cannot yet see. The problem is that when we are faced with something unexpected, especially when it comes to love, our first instinct is to resist, to fear, to assume that what is happening is wrong. But what if this was always meant to happen? What if this was not a mistake, but a necessary step towards something greater? The angels have been watching over your connection since the beginning, guiding both you and your soulmate along the path that was written long before either of you even knew of each other's existence. And what they want you to know right now is this: the path may twist, it may turn, it may seem uncertain, but it is still leading exactly where it is meant to go. If you could see what the universe sees, you would not be afraid. If you knew what the angels know, you would not doubt. But because you are human, because you are looking at this moment through the lens of emotion and uncertainty, it is easy to assume that this choice, this separation, means the end. But it does not. Your soulmate's decision was not made in isolation. It was allowed to happen for a reason. You may not see it yet, but soon, things will start to make sense. The signs will appear, the pieces will begin to fit together, and what once seemed like a painful separation will reveal itself to be something much more powerful, a preparation. But this is where you must be careful, because if you allow fear to take over, if you close yourself off to the deeper wisdom of the universe, you might miss the very signals that are being sent to guide you through this. The angels do not want you to see this as a loss. They want you to see this as an opportunity for you to grow, an opportunity for your soulmate to awaken, an opportunity for something even greater than you imagined to unfold. Think about this. Sometimes, when we desire something deeply, when we hold on to it with all our strength, we unknowingly block the natural flow of destiny. We become so attached to how we think things should happen that we resist how they are actually meant to happen. And when that happens, the universe has no choice but to intervene, to shift things, to create space, to allow both souls to realign before bringing them back together. This is what is happening now. You are in a moment of divine realignment. Your soulmate's choice may feel like a rejection, but it is not. It is a recalibration, a way for both of you to experience what you need to experience before the universe moves you back into place. Because if the timing is not right, if one or both of you are not truly ready, then even the strongest connection will struggle to last. Right now, there are things you cannot see. There are energies shifting, lessons being learned, awakenings happening deep within your soulmate's heart. And you may not know it yet, but they are feeling something. They are sensing something. Even as they walk this different path, they are not free from the pull of your connection. And soon, they will begin to realize it. The angels are working. They are guiding. They are placing the right experiences in front of both of you, ensuring that when the time comes, when the moment is right, the reunion will not only be possible, it will be unbreakable. But here's the most important part. You must trust the process. You must resist the urge to act from fear, to chase, to force, to demand answers that are not yet ready to be given. Because when you push against destiny, you only create resistance. Instead, you must surrender, not in weakness, but in faith, in knowing that what is meant for you can never be taken away. And so, I ask you now, are you willing to trust? Are you willing to believe that this is happening not to break you, but to prepare you? Are you willing to allow the universe to unfold as it was always meant to? If you are, then take a moment and affirm it. Write, "I trust the divine plan" in the comments. Declare it. Let the angels hear you. Because the moment you do, something shifts. Your energy shifts. Your vibration aligns. You open yourself up to the very path that is leading you to where you were always meant to be. And now prepare yourself. Because in the next part of this message, I will reveal what has not yet been seen, the hidden truth behind your soulmate's choice, and what it means for the journey ahead. But for now, remember this: nothing that is truly meant for you will ever be lost. And what is yours is still finding its way back to you. There is something you do not yet know, something hidden beneath the surface of this moment, something that has not yet been revealed. But when it is, everything will make sense. Right now, your soulmate may seem distant, lost in a different path, perhaps even convinced that they have moved forward. But what if I told you that this choice they made was never truly theirs alone? The universe works in mysterious ways. When two souls are meant to be together, when their energy is deeply intertwined, nothing happens randomly. Every decision, every moment of separation, every twist in the road is part of a larger design, one that is still unfolding. And this is what you must understand. This choice, the one that seems to be pulling you apart, was actually allowed to happen for a reason. But why? Why would destiny allow something that causes so much confusion and pain? Why would the universe, which has brought you so many signs, now seem to be taking everything away? Because what looks like a setback is often the greatest preparation for what is coming next. Your soulmate, whether they realize it or not, is being guided through a journey of awakening. They are learning something. They are feeling something. And even if they are not aware of it yet, their soul knows that this story is far from over. But there is something else, something that will shift the way you see everything that is happening right now. There are signs already appearing. Have you noticed them? The sudden thoughts of them that seem to come out of nowhere. The dreams, the synchronicities, the repeating numbers, the moments where you feel their energy even when they are nowhere near. These are not coincidences. They are reminders from the universe that this connection is still very much alive, that it is still moving beneath the surface, that there is more happening than you can currently see. Right now, your soulmate may be in denial. They may be telling themselves that this is the right path, that they have made the right choice, that moving in another direction is what is best. But deep within them, there is a part of them that cannot forget. A part of them that still feels the invisible thread tying them to you. And as time moves forward, as the universe continues to guide both of you through this process, that thread will only become more undeniable. But here is where you must be careful. You cannot rush this process. You cannot force them to see what they are not yet ready to see. Because the truth is, it is not just them who is being prepared. You are too. There are things within you that still need to be healed, lessons that need to be learned, growth that must happen before this connection can fully align. This is not just about them finding their way back to you. It is also about you becoming the version of yourself who is ready to receive them. And this is the part that most people struggle with. When we feel something slipping away, when we sense distance where there was once closeness, our instinct is to chase, to grasp, to hold on as tightly as possible. But love does not work that way. True love, divine love, does not need to be forced. It needs to be allowed. Right now, the universe is asking you to trust, to believe that what is meant for you is not gone, but simply evolving. To have faith that even when things do not make sense, even when the path seems unclear, there is still something greater at work. And so I ask you now, are you willing to surrender to the process? Are you willing to let go of the fear, the doubt, the pain, and instead embrace the knowing that what is yours cannot be lost? If you are, then take a moment to affirm it. Write, "I trust the unfolding of my destiny" in the comments. Declare it. Speak it into existence. Because when you do, you shift your energy. You stop aligning with fear and start aligning with faith. And when you align with faith, you open the door for miracles to unfold. But there is still something else you need to know, a truth that will change everything. Because while you are here, questioning, wondering, seeking answers, there is something happening within your soulmate that you have not yet seen. And when you discover what it is, you will understand why this moment, this very moment, is so important. So stay with me, because in the next part of this message, I will reveal something that your soulmate has not yet told you, something that could change the course of your connection forever. There is something you need to know, something that changes the way you see everything that has happened. Your soulmate's decision was not made in isolation. They were not alone when they chose this path. The angels were there. They witnessed it. They felt it. They saw beyond what human eyes can perceive. And because of that, they know what is truly happening beneath the surface. Right now, you may feel like your soulmate made this decision willingly, as if they had full clarity about what they were doing. But the truth is, they were conflicted. They may not show it. They may be trying to convince themselves that this was the right thing to do. But the angels saw something that they are not admitting, even to themselves. There was hesitation. There was uncertainty. There was a moment, even if just for a second, where their heart whispered, "Is this really what I want?" But instead of listening to that whisper, they followed logic. They followed fear. They followed the expectations of the world around them, rather than the voice of their own soul. The angels did not interfere because they knew this was part of a greater plan. Sometimes, the only way for a soul to awaken to its true feelings is through contrast, through the realization that something is missing, through the quiet moments when the mind is silenced, and only the heart remains. And this is what is beginning to happen now. Your soulmate may believe they have moved on. They may be walking a different path, embracing a different life, making choices that seem to take them further away. But there is a reason why you are still feeling this connection. There is a reason why your energy is still intertwined. Because deep within them, something remains unfinished. And the angels have seen this before. They have witnessed souls convinced that they had let go, only to find themselves drawn back by an invisible force they could not explain. They have seen the moments of awakening that come when the mind is quiet, when the distractions fade, when the illusion of separation begins to break. And that is what is starting to happen now. Your soulmate is feeling something. Maybe they do not fully understand it yet. Maybe they are resisting it. But it is there. It is lingering in the back of their mind, surfacing in unexpected moments, appearing in dreams, in memories, in the spaces where they thought they had moved on. Because the truth is, they have not, and neither have you. But this is where you must be careful. Because when we feel this connection, when we sense that something is shifting, our first instinct is to reach out, to act, to try to pull them back before they are ready. But the angels are asking you to trust, to allow this process to unfold in divine timing. Because if you try to interfere too soon, if you try to force an outcome, you may disrupt the very awakening that is meant to happen naturally. And so, I ask you now, can you trust that what is meant for you is already finding its way back? Can you surrender the need to control and instead allow the universe to work as it was always meant to? If you can, then take a moment to affirm it. Write, "I trust the divine timing of my love story" in the comments. Declare it. Feel it. Align yourself with the energy of trust rather than fear, because something is happening. The angels have seen what is coming next. And in the next part of this message, I will reveal the deeper purpose behind this decision and what it truly means for the future of your connection. So stay with me, because what I am about to tell you may change everything. Everything happens for a reason. Even the things that seem painful, confusing, or unfair, especially those things. Right now, you may believe that your soulmate's choice was a mistake, that it was a step away from you, a decision that will only bring distance and separation. But what if I told you that this choice was not just allowed by the universe, it was necessary? This moment, as painful as it may feel, is not an accident. It is a divine intervention, a recalibration, a moment of realignment designed to awaken something within both of you that could not have surfaced in any other way. Because sometimes, when two souls are deeply connected, when their destiny is intertwined, the universe must create moments of contrast, moments where everything seems uncertain, to force them to truly see what is real. Your soulmate may believe they have made the right choice. They may think they are moving in the direction they are meant to go. But this is where the true purpose of this decision begins to reveal itself. Because while they are walking this different path, something unexpected is happening beneath the surface. They are beginning to feel the weight of what has been left behind. At first, they may not notice it. They may be convinced that they have moved on. They may try to distract themselves, filling their life with other things, other people, other plans. But the heart cannot be fooled for long. And sooner or later, they will begin to sense it, the missing piece, the void that nothing else can fill. The angels allowed this moment to happen because they knew something you could not see at the time. They knew that without this separation, your soulmate would never truly realize the depth of this connection. They knew that without this temporary distance, the awakening that needed to happen could not occur. And now, that awakening is beginning. It starts as a whisper, a quiet thought, an unshakable feeling, a dream they cannot explain. It shows up in unexpected ways, in familiar songs, in memories that surface without warning. It is the universe reminding them, guiding them back, opening their eyes to something they tried to ignore. But this is where you must be careful, because right now, they are in a fragile state. Their mind is still fighting against what their heart knows to be true. They are questioning, they are searching, they are trying to make sense of emotions they do not yet understand. And if you interfere now, if you try to push, to force, to demand answers before they are ready, you may cause them to shut down, to retreat further into the illusion that they have moved on. This is why the angels are asking you to trust, to give them the space to experience what they need to experience, to let them feel the absence of you, so that they can come to the realization on their own. Because when they do, it will not be out of guilt, out of obligation, or out of pressure. It will be because their soul has remembered, and that is what truly matters. So, I ask you now, can you surrender to this process? Can you trust that even in the silence, even in the distance, something powerful is happening? Can you believe that what is meant for you is already making its way back, even if you cannot see it yet? If you can, then take a moment to affirm it. Write, "I trust my soulmate's awakening" in the comments. Declare it. Align yourself with the energy of faith rather than fear, because the story is not over. In fact, it is only just beginning. And in the next part of this message, I will reveal the hidden signs that will confirm this shift, the proof that what you have been waiting for is already starting to unfold. Stay with me, because what comes next will change everything. Something is happening. The energy is shifting. The unseen forces of the universe are at work, and the signs are beginning to appear. You may not have noticed them yet, or maybe you have but dismissed them as mere coincidence. But nothing is ever truly a coincidence, especially not when it comes to a love written by destiny. Right now, your soulmate is beginning to feel something they cannot explain. It started as a whisper, a subtle pull, a thought that would not leave their mind. And even though they may try to ignore it, even though they may attempt to push it away, the feeling keeps coming back. They find themselves thinking about you at random moments, remembering things they thought they had forgotten, feeling emotions they do not understand. And the more they try to suppress it, the stronger it becomes. This is the first sign, the sign that their heart is waking up, that their soul is remembering, that the decision they made is not as final as they once believed. And this awakening, this realization, is only the beginning. But what about you? Have you noticed the signs, the repeating numbers, the sudden waves of emotion, the songs that seem to play at just the right moment, the dreams, the strange synchronicities, the feeling that somehow they are still connected to you despite the distance? These are not coincidences. These are messages, confirmations, proof that the universe is aligning things in ways you cannot yet see, and the angels want you to pay attention. Because soon, something will happen that will make it undeniable. A message, a sign, a moment of clarity that will reveal just how much this connection is still alive. It may come in the form of a dream so vivid it feels real. It may be an unexpected encounter, a sudden thought, a shift in the energy around you. It may even be something from them, a message, a look, a moment of hesitation that reveals more than words ever could. But here is where you must be careful. Because when the signs begin to appear, it is easy to let fear take over, to question everything, to wonder if you are imagining things, to feel anxious about what is coming next. And when fear enters, it creates resistance. It slows down the very process that is working in your favor. That is why the angels are asking you to trust, to believe, to surrender, to allow. Because the moment you shift your energy from doubt to faith, the moment you embrace the knowing that everything is unfolding as it should, you create the space for things to move even faster. And this is what I need you to understand. Your soulmate is feeling the pull. They may not fully comprehend it yet, but the connection is still there, growing stronger with each passing day. And as their awakening deepens, as they begin to realize what has been hidden from them, they will reach a moment where they can no longer ignore it. That moment is approaching, but you must be patient. You must allow it to happen naturally, because when it does, when the realization finally breaks through, it will not be something temporary. It will be a transformation, a recognition, a knowing that can no longer be denied. And so, I ask you now, can you open yourself to the signs? Can you trust that the universe is already guiding this reunion in ways you cannot yet see? Can you believe that what is meant for you is already making its way back? If you can, then take a moment to affirm it. Write, "I am ready to receive the signs" in the comments. Declare it. Speak it into existence. Let the universe know that you are open, that you are willing, that you trust. Because in the next part of this message, I will reveal exactly what you need to do now, the action that will ensure you are fully aligned with the reunion that is already being prepared. Stay with me, because what comes next is the final piece of the puzzle. Now that you know the truth, that your soulmate's choice was not an ending, but a step in the unfolding of your destiny, you must understand something even more important. The universe has already set things in motion, but what happens next depends on you. This is the moment where your energy, your mindset, and your actions will determine how and when this love story will reach its destined reunion. Right now, you might feel the urge to act, to reach out, to ask for answers, to seek some kind of confirmation from the outside world. But the angels are asking you to do something different. Instead of chasing, instead of seeking validation, instead of doubting what has already been put into motion, you must align yourself with the energy of receiving. This is the secret that most people do not understand. When we desire something deeply, when we long for something that feels just out of reach, we often cling to it too tightly. We allow fear to control our actions, and in doing so, we create resistance. But love does not come through force. It comes through alignment. Your soulmate is on a journey, just as you are. They are experiencing their own lessons, their own realizations, their own moments of awakening. And if you want this reunion to happen in the most powerful and undeniable way, you must give them the space to feel the full weight of what they are discovering. But what does that mean for you? It means stepping into your highest energy. It means embodying the version of yourself that is fully ready to receive the love that is meant for you. It means shifting your focus from waiting to preparing. Because make no mistake, your soulmate is coming back. The pull is already happening. The realizations are already forming. The universe is already orchestrating the right moments, the right conversations, the right circumstances to bring you back together. But when they do return, will you be ready? The angels want you to use this time wisely, not by dwelling in sadness or doubt, but by becoming the most magnetic version of yourself. By raising your energy, by aligning with joy, by trusting so deeply in this connection that your very presence radiates the knowing that love is already yours. And this is where the final step comes in. You must release the fear that you could lose what is meant for you. You must declare to the universe that you trust in this divine love, that you believe in the timing of your destiny, that you are not waiting in desperation, but preparing in certainty. So I ask you now, can you step into this energy? Can you shift from longing to knowing, from doubt to faith, from fear to absolute trust? If you can, then take this final step with me. Write, "I am ready to receive my divine love," in the comments. Declare it. Feel it. Let the universe hear your readiness, your confidence, your alignment with what is already making its way to you. Because the story is not over. It is only just beginning. And the moment you truly surrender, the moment you fully align with this knowing, you will no longer need to wonder when or how it will happen. Dear soul, if this video was meaningful to you, leave a thanks below this video as a gesture of gratitude for this revelation. This strengthens us to keep sharing messages of connection and faith, because love, when it is destined, always finds its way home.